So I got back from vacation today, and I am so far behind on everything happening in the entertainment industry right now. I don't know what's going on, but thanks to Jeremy, he pointed out this article was a thing, and I'm going to go ahead and cover it. This is an article from The Independent, and the headline reads, "The Cult of Alita Battle Angel, Alt-Right Parable or Neglected Classic?" So, you might want to sit down for this one. You might want to grab yourself a drink or something and brace yourself for a fun ride through this article as we take a deep dive. But let me just preface it by saying that I think that most of us would consider ourselves fans of Alita. I think a lot of us supported Alita when it came out. I know I did. I know Jeremy did. And I know a lot of you guys did as well. And so I guess we would be considered part of the Alita army. And this article is going to be directed at us. This article is going to be directed at Alita fans. And when you have an article from a site like The Independent asking the question, alt-right parable or neglected classic, you know exactly where this article is going to be heading. You know that these people, Adam White, is going to be basically accusing us of being alt-right. So, just a little spoiler there for you guys. So let's go ahead and get into this article right now. So in May, the official Twitter account for the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, home of the Oscars, asked its followers to name the one movie they felt needed to be seen in cinema. One Twitter user, I like how they just say, one Twitter user, making it sound like it's not anything. It's just those crazy fringe right people or whatever, suggested Alita Battle Angel, James Cameron's passion project from earlier this year about an amnesiac robot girl who awakens in a poverty-ravaged future world and slowly rediscovers her inner and outer strength. And it was an unusual pick, considering how rapidly the Robert Rodriguez-directed dystopian action fantasy, co-scripted and produced by Cameron himself, appeared to drop out of cultural consciousness upon its release in February. Which, I love how so many mainstream media sites like to put Alita down, like to pretend like this movie has no relevance, like to pretend like this movie was never a big deal. And that is an insult to Alita, and that is an insult to the filmmakers of Alita, because that is not the case. If you go here to the to IMDb and you look at Alita, it is currently number 12 on the popularity rating. So, number 12. If you don't know what that means, that basically means that the Alita Battle Angel IMDb page was the 12th highest most visited page of this week. So, that should tell you a thing or two about where it sits. It is definitely not irrelevant anymore. It definitely is very relevant. I mean, it's number 12. I wonder where Captain Marvel is, actually. I'm really curious about that. Let's go ahead and check it out. Let's see where Captain Marvel is at right now. What the heck does that mean? Popularity 25? Oh, it didn't go up or down, basically, is what it's saying. So, Captain Marvel is at 25. Let me just refresh this just one more time, just to make sure. So, Captain Marvel is at 25 currently on the popularity scale. Alita Battle Angel is at number 12. I'm just saying. Okay, let's continue with the article about this movie that apparently has no cultural relevance. Okay, so where was I? But even stranger was a second Twitter account suggesting Alita Battle Angel as the film most in need of a cinema viewing. And you can just tell by the whole way that they're writing this article, they're trying to push a certain narrative. You can see by every single sentence that they write in this article that they're trying to push a specific narrative. Then a third, then a fourth. The surge followed from there until thousands of Alita fans, some with avatars depicting the cyborg girl herself, swarmed the thread, determined to get the word out about a film they believe was cruelly snubbed upon its release. And that unexpected Alita devotion has only become more pronounced in the months since. Twitter accounts for sites such as Collider and Rotten Tomatoes have witnessed the same voracious Alita support. So much so that it's become something of a meme in itself, driven by the oddness of an incredibly vocal and mobilized fan community coalescing around something seemingly forgotten by everyone outside of it. Which is, I would say that maybe, what they're basically trying to say is that the general pop culture has forgotten about Alita. But I don't think that is necessarily the case. I think that Alita did much better than people were even expecting it to. These fans call themselves Alita Army, congregate on YouTube and Reddit, and typically possess an oddball but undeniably sweet reverence for a well-made and at times genuinely fascinating movie. But like most things on the internet, there is a darker underbelly. The alt-right. Ooh, the alt-right make up a not insignificant proportion of Alita's fanbase, and they are encouraged not to speak to fake news outlets about their love for the film. So basically, sites like The Independent. While others insist that a smear campaign funded by Disney to diminish its chances at award shows and earn middling reviews from critics has prevented the film from becoming the earth-shattering smash it should have been, and it's a murky puddle of conspiracy and hysteria that hasn't just made Alita Army the most unexpected community of individuals on the internet, but representative of the internet as a whole. So basically, the Alita Army, fans of Alita, are apparently a representative of the internet as a whole, which they're basically saying is full of alt-right people. The internet is full of alt-right people. I mean, just go to Twitter. If you go to Twitter, there's just alt-right people everywhere. Everywhere! Oh, man. This is hilarious. They are flat out denying reality. They are flat out denying facts. If you look at any of the big tech sites, what are they censoring? No, it isn't the far left. It is the right. It's not even the far right. It's conservative people. It's not even just conservative people. It's centrist people. It's people that claim to be moderates. Being a moderate, basically, I mean, most of us, I'm assuming, probably would consider ourselves moderates as well. Or, you know, and I even know a lot of Alita fans who are on the left, who are liberals and stuff, you know? But no, if you're an Alita fan, you are an alt-right member. Alright, so they basically go into the stats about the movie and stuff. And it's talking about how, like, this movie is never going to see a sequel. A sequel will never see the light of day, thanks to its rapid erasure from pop culture memory. Once again, let me just say, on the popularity rating scale on IMDb, it is sitting at number 12, which is higher than Captain Marvel. I will just point out. Let me just point out one more time. Let me just I have to give that some emphasis, okay? And the fact that it has only made around $400 million at the global box office, which is better than they were even expecting. So that Alita Battle Angel has sparked such devotion shouldn't come as a major surprise. And while the film's special effects are remarkable, full of whirring machines and inventive design work, and I love how this article tries to, like, you know, kind of like low-key compliment the movie, trying to make it seem like that the people that are writing this article, Adam White, who is writing this article, is being as fair as possible. He's being very fair in his writing of this article. There is no motivation here. There is no narrative here. He doesn't have any sort of narrative. He is just innocently writing about this terrible situation happening right now. This alt-right takeover. Alita herself is so intriguingly joyous and heartwarming as a heroine. She gazes at the world with wonder, discovers herself, falls in love. She's barely real, being both a cyborg and a motion capture creation embodied on set by Salazar, but emotionally human all the same. With all of that in mind, it's not hard to rationalize why the film has become quite as beloved as it has. What many within Alita Army won't do, however, is actually tell you why they love it so much. Well, I can tell you why I love it so much, and I believe that even this article, you talk about why people love it so much. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure you even say, right in this article, why people love it so much. Let me see here. Where is it? I know I saw it. Okay, so here we go. So you say here, right in this article, where? Okay, here we go. You even say here, right in this article, that people do say why they love it so much. As much as the Alita challenge and its alt-right backers came to be mocked and memed themselves, many of the toxic ideas that underpinned the challenge have underpinned Alita fandom in the months since. The human race has finally crafted the most likable female protagonist, proclaims a popular Alita Army YouTube video. Ooh, so toxic. That is a very toxic statement right there. That is insanely toxic. It is making me feel super uncomfortable, and I feel like I need to take a shower after that statement right there. The human race has finally crafted the most likable female protagonist. Ooh, toxic. One that doesn't talk down to the fans, one that is believably powerful, one that is attractive without being overly sexualized. She is the perfect wife, the perfect daughter, and the perfect friend. Which, I don't know how far I'd go with that, but but right here, this person, whoever this person is that is coming from this YouTube video, is giving reasons why they like Alita. So, up here, you say, let me see. Where is it? What many within Alita Army don't do, however, is actually tell you why they love it so much. But then you give a reason right down there. So, that kind of just put the debacle on that whole thing, doesn't it? All right, so basically, let me see. Upon its release in March, Alita was positioned as a right-wing alternative to Captain Marvel, which is not the case. There are many people who are even part of the fandom menace right now who are not right-wing. We are basically people who prefer good stories, who don't like political agendas and political narratives shoved into our entertainment. That is why a lot of us went and supported Alita, because it was a good story, and it didn't have any of the political nonsense, the SJW crap shoved into the movie. It focused on telling a good story, first and foremost. That is simply it. That is it. All we want are good stories. We don't want the extra little packages that you want to ship along with good stories that include all of your SJW nonsense, your political nonsense, your very one-sided political nonsense. We don't want that in our entertainment. That is literally all that we want, you know? The latter, a lightning rod for aggrieved men's rights activists, alt-right internet figures, and misogynists to express their respective rages at the world. Which I love how it says that Jack Posobiec is, they're basically alt-right, yeah, they literally call him right here, alt-right celebrity Jack Posobiec. Jack Posobiec is not alt-right. He is not alt-right. And this is part of the problem, is that all of these mainstream media sites are basically calling anyone who is conservative, literally anyone who is conservative or on the right at all, alt-right. They are all alt-right. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely insane. Anyway, so it talks about the whole thing where, you know, a lot of people like Jack Posobiec even led the way with, the support for Alita and all that stuff as well. Let's see. Curiously, it is baffling to talk of Alita Battle Angel as an apolitical movie. In truth, it's arguably even far more liberal in its politics than many of the SJW movies the Alita Army has waged war against. Really? Let's see what you have to say about that. Set in a world of extreme inequality, Alita foregrounds its characters of color who are forced to live amid crime and corruption and taught to deify a wealthy, exploitative city and in the sky built on the backs of lower class workers. Like many existing poverty in modern America, one of the few means of social ascendance in Alita Battle Angel is via competitive sports. Okay, but the problem is politicals aren't subtle. Yeah, they are, because they don't overcome the story. They never used the messages or the underlying messages of Alita to push any sort of a narrative with their movie. They never did that. So you aren't telling the truth here. You are not telling the truth here. You are reaching, my friend. Adam White. You are reaching. You're desperately reaching, trying to paint Alita as something that it isn't. It never was. Yeah, sure. There could be themes that you could explore in the movie, but those themes never become the political narrative that they are trying to push in this movie. They're never trying to force feed any sort of political messaging onto their audience. And that is the problem with a lot of the movies in Hollywood nowadays. Holy crap, my video is almost like 15 minutes long. I better wrap this up. Oh, man. So anyway, this is just ridiculous. And he basically just goes through and tries to, desperately reach for all these conclusions that Alita is supported by a bunch of alt-right people. So basically, if you support Alita, if you are part of the Alita army, you are alt-right, and you hate women, you are a misogynist, all of that type of stuff. Right here in this article, they're continuing to push this sort of mentality, the sort of narrative around Alita. They're continuing to attack Alita fans. They're continuing to attack the Alita army. I'm not saying that the Alita army is full of perfectly wonderful people. That is not the case. There are people in the Alita army, I'm sure, that are real misogynists, real sexists, but they aren't the general population of the Alita army. Because I know most of you who are watching this video are fans of Alita, and you are not these type of people. So, it's insane. We are continuing to be attacked at the expense of defending Captain Marvel, as you can see right here. They just want to continue to defend Captain Marvel and Brie Larson and all of that type of nonsense. This is just going to continue to happen more and more with the mainstream media. And I love how they put on all these keywords like, YouTube and the alt-right audience on YouTube and all that stuff, and how YouTube is a big problem because of that, and how the internet in general is a huge problem with a dark underbelly of alt-right members and stuff, and how people like Jack Posobiec are alt-right and all of this type of nonsense. This is insane, and it's so perfectly clear to anyone with common sense that The Independent, that Adam White is trying to push a certain narrative with this article. It is clear as day. So, with that being said, Adam White, you can take your article and shove it right up your ass. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then consider subscribing to the channel if you're new around here. Let me know in the comments below what you think. And I will talk to you all very soon in another video. Talk to you later. Bye.
Hey everyone, it's Jeremy from geeksandgamers.com, and if you're a fan of Geeks and Gamers, please go to our website, visit our merchandise store. We have t-shirts, hoodies, hats, beanies, tank tops, and in the very near future, we're going to have many more products for you to choose from. So thank you for the support. We appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.